Nah, I'm just kidding.
You're
Take your best shot.
What's going on, guys and gals? Welcome back to Good Real Haunting. We're having a spooky time tonight as we continue through the month of October, spooky season, if you will. Tonight, we're going to be jumping back into the Halloween franchise. It's been a few months since we talked about this bad boy, but we're back with it tonight. We're going to be tearing up the major characters from the Halloween franchise. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got 5 good tiers. We got 31 characters. We'll explain who we got here in a little bit, but right now, Bertie LaGurdy, a.k.a. Mikey Little Myers, is over here. And they should have changed his name to Michelle. You're not Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers. I got to get my other mask on over here, too. I don't know what's going on there. But if Brett does not come back, a.k.a. if he was just murdered via Michael Myers, then it's going to be a shorter show tonight than we first planned.
God,
sure.
Georgie, get out of here, man. Dude, I am so sorry. I'm babysitting this kid named Georgie. It's for some. Hey, I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of low on money at the point, so I'm doing babysitting gigs. And this clown came up to me saying he just needed to be gone for 27 years. And I'm trying to take care of this kid, man. It's a disaster. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for my shit little Georgie over here.
I don't know exactly how much that's helping you, but I'm glad that you're back, and I'm glad it's all good, and I'm glad tonight we get to talk about some of the best peeps in horror, and that is the characters of the Halloween franchise.
Oh, shit, that's what we're doing tonight?
Fuck yeah, dude. It's going to be awesome, man.
Dude,
it's going to be awesome.
How long has it been since we've done one of these tearing it up streams, man?
How long's a piece of string?
Oh, okay. I already know. It was when we did our Friday the 13th series, when we did the watch parties, because of the big announcement that came out. We teared up those characters. Now we're going to tear up these sons of bitches.
Dude, and there was a lot of them. Some of your favorite characters are probably going to be missing from this list just because we didn't want the show to go on all night long. We picked 31 of our favorites. It might not be your favorites, and that's okay, but they're all in here, and we did set ourselves up for future videos, future tearing it ups along these same lines that dive into more specific movies and more wider range of these characters. But the ones we have tonight are going to be fun to talk about, I think.
Dude, absolutely. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and start the fun. But before we can start the fun, we're going to say hello to our amazing chat, which real quickly, chat, you guys were so awesome last Friday on Friday the 13th for the trivia night with your all's questions. You could not even imagine how appreciative of we are of you guys. You guys totally kick ass, and you proved why you're some of the best YouTube supporters in the game today.
100%, man. A lot of fun we had. You guys had questions. We had a few of the answers. Not all the answers, but we had a few of the answers to your questions. And it was a very successful Friday, and we all had a good time.
But Brad, I just noticed there, man. Are you working on that like Michael Myers hairdo right now?
Dude, I'm funking around. Yeah, I'm messing around here with it. I don't know what's going on exactly.
Pay attention. Like, look at this.
I gotta get it I gotta get the old H2 mask out here today because it's been a while. This is the Halloween 2. And look at that, dude. They're the same. Dude. They're like brothers, but this one's got a hole in his neck. He left on a gurney with a fucking hole in his neck.
What about his cousin over here?
Yeah. Oh, he's a nice guy. Oh, dude. That's more of a cousin. That's like a cousin that you married. That's like the same. Yeah, that's good, right?
Come here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road. So, Lamontre, what's going on, man? Saying just stopping by to wish y'all a great time tonight. Thank you so much, my friend. Chester, what's going on? We got Matt Fauci. Of course, when we're talking about Halloween, Fauci is always around. So, what's going on there, Matt Fauci? We got Aaron Click. What's going on? And guys, I got me a new badass mouse, so we should no longer have mouse issues anymore. So
Well,
let's see.
I know that we're not going to have any issues
And
with
keyboard.
mice, but what about?
I mean, it's a goddamn rat, man.
Shit. I knew I set myself up for that one. You son of a bitch. So, Aaron Click, what's going on? We got Zodiac C's in the house. We got Ashton. Hey, everyone. Looks like Michael got Brett. No, that's my shit little kid I'm dealing with named Georgie. Nas, what's going on there, Nas? Brett turned into Mayors and now Bert. Dude, that is the great like nickname of me being Michael is Mears.
I like that.
Hell yeah. But what's going on there, Nas? And we got Snyder. What's going on, my friend? Who else we got here? We got Sebastian. What's going on? We got Brother Fluff saying Dr. Childish better go straight to the top. Maybe, maybe not. Just stay tuned when we get to the Halloween 3 stuff. And also, Brother Fluff, hopefully, Papa Fluff had a very good birthday. I couldn't remember if it was today or yesterday, but hopefully, he's having a fantastic day.
Definitely. That would be awesome for a happy birthday.
And Fauci, wear a condom. He loves to get good real inside him.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's cool, man. We don't need any of those. We're just going to have a good time.
Hell yeah. Hey, it's always good to wear protection. Not a paid advertisement. Denise, what's going on there? How are you doing? We got Austin from SPC Unleashed. I had a great time on his channel along with co-host of Not Too Bad podcast, Connor, where we freaking teared it up talking about the David Gordon Green trilogy, man.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Shit, yeah.
And I shitted on Halloween Ends, so that's why I didn't want you there.
That's your first problem.
No, man. But no, I knew you were out of town. But I knew if you were in town, we would have had a debate. We would pretty much had a war at that point.
Yeah, I know, man, because I do dig the hell out of that. And there might be a character or two from that movie on this list. So,
Oh, I wonder who it can be. But before that, man, let's thank our amazing freaking patrons here. These are real hunters, our patrons. They're the official backbone of this channel. So when there's a guy in the mask and with some string and all that, or some rope, just chasing around like and terrorizing the neighborhood, we can rely on our real hunters to make sure me and Brad would be packing with weapons. So if you want to provide us some weapons, of course we will use responsibly, or will we? But if you want to provide that, the Patreon link is in the description down below. Click the link, select any tier to your heart's desire. So you could be a real hunter today. But just in case if you don't want to be a Patreon, we also got YouTube memberships available. This is the hot ticket and one of the best ways also you can support Good Real Hunting, our YouTube channel, because as low as 99 cents. I know we're freaking crazy. You can even ask our fellow YouTube membership people. We are crazy for offering such an amazing deal. As 99 cents, it gets you cool emojis to use, earn badges for the longer your YouTube membership member, and much, much more. So as Mickey says from Rocky, what you waiting for? And be a real hunter today.
yeah, he also says you're like a grease thunder. Anyway, dude, also, I know, we usually talk about the end of the show, but you got the thing going on down there and it got me excited. We got this big ass tournament coming up at the end of the month. It's gonna be the Fright Fight 2023. Okay. And this is a best horror movie of all time is what we're trying to figure out. And you guys are going to be a big part of that in the show itself. And also beforehand, because we've been sending the links out for the bracket to get those sent in. We started that with the people.
This link?
Yes, dude, it's in there. Go check it out, man. You can fill it out while you're in the show tonight. Take a screenshot of it, send this to us on our social medias, and you have a chance there to win a $25 gift card if you get
if you're a badass, it could be 50.
50.
A 50.
50 piece. Holy shit. Where's the
yeah,
Tylenol?
man. Yeah, man. So fill out a bracket today, like Brad said, because guys, we are like a week and a day left, and I've only watched 33 of these sons of bees. So I gotta get going with the Ever 31 movies until next Thursday.
Yeah, man. Check them all out, man. Check them out. Drop in there and send that over. And but yeah, that's we just wanted you to have a good time with that. We want everybody to have a good chance to win. And yeah, we're excited to see how that turns out next week. And it's gonna be a blast
Oh,
for
dude.
sure.
Or as our buddy Filthy Dan says, a blasty blast.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I saw a couple more people join in. We got Melissa. What's going on? How are you doing? And we got Rosie. Here's your rose, my dear. Special Halloween rose from us to you. So hello there, Rosie, my dear. Let's see here. And Melissa just saw a great movie, Alone. Ooh, which movie did you see, Alone, Melissa? Please tell us.
Or was the movie called Alone? Was that the question? Is that what you're trying to say?
Would be a
I don't
good
know.
do. So yeah, please let us know because we're
Whatever.
always looking. Because again, well, you could help us hunt for the good reels, so we don't have to. Even though technically that's our job. Even though we love for you all to help us out as well. We are a team, one big happy family, just like Michael and Lori is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and then we got Hatchet Boys P Rick in the house. What's going on, man? And it's called Alone from 2020. So I'm gonna have to put that on my watch list.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I've seen that. I did just watch one from 2020. If you the Empty Man, that's what it was. Yeah,
Ah,
banger, man. Also rewatch Invisible Man. I know I talked about it, dude. Oh, that's a great flick, man.
oh,
2020,
dude.
just a decent year, man, for a couple good horror movies.
Especially in those 2020s, man, definitely. And we're
Yeah,
definitely gonna tackle the Invisible Man as a watch party on the feature of this channel too,
yeah,
because
definitely.
again, that movie is so under. I'll be honest with you, I say it's underappreciated at this point because it came out the very beginning of the Global Bastard.
Would have been nice to put it on the bracket. Honestly, it's a banger.
I
But
know.
either way,
I kind of felt like We Wish versus a movie called Nosferatu, but you'll hear more about my thoughts on Nosferatu next Thursday when we do the big tournament. But we're not here for the big tournament. We're here to tear up the Halloween characters franchise. If you want to do one too, in the description down below is the link for this tearing it up list. So if you just want to fill one out and share it with us, we always love to see different lists. So be sure to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to go away and Brad's going to help me out with the chat. And then, yeah.
yeah. And I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna go over the tiers for the night.
Oh, yeah, please do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, let
man.
me
This is going
remove
to
the
be
banner.
starting at the bottom. Is going to be, well, hell, man. I could have Ronnie freaking cover this one out for us because that's he's going to be used tonight. At the bottom, the worst of the worst is
I
going to
mean, it's
be,
a goddamn rat, man.
and then we're going on up to the second worst. That's going to be Stuck in a Laundry Chute, and hope that Michael Myers down at the other end. The middle tier here is going to be the Sizzle, not the Steak. And then second best is going to be the Rabbit in Red again coming back because that's always a good place to be, unless you're that one guy that got his freaking head kicked in. And then at the top, obviously, nothing beats sleeping with Dr. Dan Chalice himself. So we got Sleeping with Chalice as the top tier, man. Nothing beats that. Ironically, the one person who did sleep with Chalice in this franchise is not in the tier list, but that's okay because she will be later. But yeah, it's that's the tier list for tonight. Again, this is going to be a lot of characters. So again, some of your oh, whoops, I fucked that up. Some of your favorite people are going to be missing from the list, but most of the good ones will be there.
Oh, yeah. And let me see if I'm working on to try to get this bigger here. That's what she said. Brooke, what's going on? How are you doing? That is a horrible transition right there. But Brooke, how are you doing? And then we also got, dude, we got Vanderhoff in the house.
Hell yeah, dude.
Vanderhoff, please let me know. I think you've been on this channel before in the chat. Just in case if this is your first time, everybody, please make Vanderhoff feel so welcome, man. And Vanderhoff, what is going on?
Hello and welcome, Vanderhoff. Good to see you.
How can I make? Well, I don't want to do that. Try to figure out how can I make this bigger.
That's what she said.
Oh my god, dude, stop! You're being
did say it.
inappropriate.
She
You're being
did say it, though.
inappropriate.
She said it.
All right.
You can't deny the fact that she did.
Dude, I'm trying to think because there's got to be a way to make this bigger.
Yeah,
God,
it used to be bigger for sure, man.
Um,
It definitely wasn't small like this before. It used to be big.
Here, let me try it this way. If I do it, I'm pretty much screwed this over, but I am willing to make this risk.
Oh, oh, oh.
Damn
That's
it.
a little bit better. Let's see. What does
No,
this
it's
do?
not that much better.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit! What did I just do?
I don't know what you did. I'm trying to entertain the chat because I
Whoops.
gotta try to figure this out.
Whoops.
How
Whoops.
to
Whoops.
make
Whoops.
website.
Oh, this is
bigger.
this is appropriate. This is a good size. What do you guys think about this? Can y'all read these right here? This
Oh
is good, right?
fuck no! You quit fucking around over there.
What happened to it before? This is decent. Obviously,
Well, it's
it's showing
better,
this
but
widescreen. I don't know what the deal is with that. Can
let's
you
see
just zoom in
here.
on it on
Make
your
everything
browser?
bigger. Windows, home in. Windows, like press Control, and then the plus button. Let me try that.
Brett, I can't entertain the chat when you're reading out loud like that.
What about
Oh,
this?
there you go. That's money.
Yeah, the power of
Hell
Google,
yeah.
bitches.
Get that freaking stupid ass ad out of the way down there, though. Can you click on
Well,
the
I
X?
wish.
There's an X down there on the bottom left, on the top left of it.
Thanks. All right,
All right, nice.
Let's see here. Beautiful. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Brad, again, you're going to entertain our chat. Well, I'm going to shut up about that. But Brad, this is your freaking franchise. Who do you want to tackle first?
Dude, Lindsay Wallace.
All right, let's see here. Lindsay Wallace. And guys, how we're doing Lindsay and Tommy is we're doing anything that they're a part of this franchise, whether they're a kid or they're an adult. So that's how we're going to do Lindsay and Tommy. So Brad, go ahead. Lindsay Wallace, where's she going?
And I like Lindsay Wallace here. She was good in the first movie. She didn't really come back until Kills and then Ends. It's hard to. Here's what I'm going to do because of the fact that they got the child actress to come back as an adult and reprise her role. I thought that was really cool, and they didn't kill her off immediately. And she had some good moments in Kills and in Ends. I'm going to put her in Rabbit in Red, man. I think she's solid. I think she's solid.
Okay, that dude, because here's the deal, dude. For me, Lindsay Wallace as a kid gave absolutely nothing to the movie of 1978. But man, the adult Lindsay, though, she was such a badass and they used her character correctly. So I would have said Rapid in Red. But Brad, however, there's this little movie called Halloween Ends where they pretty much just shitted on her and made her read cards and be a freaking bartender and do absolutely nothing. So I'm sorry, Brad.
Hold on. That was the biggest contradiction. You said that she read cards and was a bartender, but yet still did absolutely nothing. That doesn't make any sense. She did two things. She can't do nothing.
I mean, like she didn't do anything for the movie. Like
she read
that's
cards
a cool side.
That's
a cool hobby. That's it. It's a cool hobby. That is it. And plus, she could have been drinking while reading those card ratings. So I'm sorry, Brad. I have to go the sizzle and not the steak.
All right, let's put it in the poll then, huh?
Yes,
let's put it.
We're going to start this early on. So.
We'll
and
do,
I also saw
let you guys
two more people join the chat. So address them while I get this going.
Yeah, dude. Who's the new ones here, man? I got let's see. Jamie Hart's here, obviously. Good to see you again. I know we killed it earlier in the trivia. And Kevin. We're talking Kevin. Catchy here is in the house.
Yeah.
What's going on, Kevin?
And our boy Russell too.
Russell, yeah, I saw Russell. I didn't. Yeah, where did he just went away? Where did Russell? Right under Kevin. Okay, cool. Russell, welcome to the party. Good to see you, and hope you have a good time tonight as we rank some or tier up some characters from the Halloween franchise.
Yeah, and I got that freaking poll up and about. So go ahead and vote and settle the debate between me and Brad right there. We're going to need your guys' help tonight.
Awesome. Early and often too, man. Early and often.
Yes. So, all right. Do you want to go again or do you want me to go?
No, you pick. You pick.
All righty, man. Let's see here. You picked someone. You know what? If we're doing Lindsay, Brad, we must go with our boy Tommy Doyle here. So let's go ahead and knock out these two characters. So Tommy Doyle for me, as the kid, he was pretty much the youngling version of Luke Skywalker, always whiny and complaining, but he's a very crucial part of the story of 78. And then we get the Kills version of Tommy, which I thought Anthony Michael Hall did a great job with what he was allowed to do, but I felt like they gave him bad direction to make his character a little bit more weak. However, what saves Tommy Doyle for me, dude, and this is where I'm going to put him in the Rapid in the Red, is Where's the Baby? The Tommy Doyle character for Halloween 6 with our boy Paul Rudd freaking saving the day and bringing the best version of Tommy Jarvis into, not Tommy Jarvis, but I'm not making that same mistake again, Brad. Tommy Doyle into the franchise. So the Rapid in Red for me.
Yeah, I can join you there, man. I think
Yes.
if it weren't for Kills, he'd probably go towards the top. Like if they would have done a good thing with him in Kills, he
Agreed.
probably would have been up to the top. And there were a couple things he did nice in Kills. Again, the performance wasn't too bad. It was just wonky, man. So it does pull it down. It does pull it down. I do like the way that Paul Rudd was portrayed though in 6, and I like that quite a bit. So I think you're right, man. Rabbit in Red. Let's rock it.
Hell to the yes. And Brad, right now, we got 12 votes in the chat. We're at 50-50 right now with the Lindsay Wallace situation.
Of course we are.
Yeah. Well, come on, guys. We need one more vote. So I'll keep that up as long as we need to. So, all right, Brad. Next character.
Dude, let's go with Bud, man.
Oh man, Amazing Grace, come sit on my face. Don't make me cry. I need your pie.
Yeah, dude. He's a fun character. He's a fun part of Halloween too. Some of the, there's plenty of characters in that movie that don't stand out, and he's one. Like he's not in the movie all that long. Compare him to Jimmy and a couple of the other people, but he stands out. He makes he makes that movie kind of fun. He gives it some of the more fun moments that the movie has. So I think for that, I got to kind of throw him up there at Rabbit and Red too, and I think there's going to be a lot of these for me because
Really? That's very
yeah.
interesting of you for someone that's not been in, or if I was not in the movie for very long.
Well, that's valid. You do have to factor that in. I need to save some of these. Give me the sizzle. Let's drop them down to the sizzle for me.
Okay, you know what? And I was gonna say Stuck in the Laundry, but I think you're right though because he is such an entertaining character in Halloween 2. And I know a lot of people's main problem with Halloween 2 is a little bit the pacing, but when he's on screen, it kind of makes you forget the pacing because he's such a fun character you want to hang out with and freaking sing along about pie with. I would have joined you eventually with the Rabbit in Red. It's just to me, he's not in the movie for very long, and his death scene is not really like he just got choked down in the background, and that's it. So that's why I was going to meet you.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that actually because Rabbit in Red, that was a little bit of an overshoot. I think once you mentioned that he's not in the movie all that long, I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, you kind of got to factor that in. He can't take the spot of a lot of other people that are going to be up here. Although there might be somebody that does, but it's not going to be him.
Yeah. And let's see here, Brad. I'm going to give it one more, or after this next character we go over, then I'll look at the Lindsay poll.
Okay, sweet.
So let's see here. We did Bud. Man, dude.
Jamie did say, dude's lines are hilarious and his delivery is memorable. He's got the sizzle.
Dude, exactly. He's got the sizzle of all that, but not the steak with the memorable kill. It's actually quite perfect for him being there.
I think so, yeah.
But let's talk about our first potential sleeping with Chalice character, Brad. You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's all about I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Okay, dude. I gotta be honest. All these freaking Rob Zombie characters have potential to be like all
sleeping with Chalice. I know we're crazy for it.
You go first for this guy, though.
All right, but dude, here's the problem, with our boy Joe Grizzly, man. Same thing with Bud. He's not been there for very long, or he's not very long in the movie. But you know what, though? He's got a great death when he fought a freaking badass Michael Myers, Tyler Maine's Michael Myers. He gave his memorable lines. Well, I'm trying to drop this load. So,
you help me pass this beast in peace.
Exactly. I got the triple deluxe supreme. No, actually, that's something I said. But man, I got no choice. I'm putting him in the rapid in red.
Dude, I will join you there.
Yes.
Again, only reason he's not going to the top is because he's just there's a lot of competition up there, man. And he wasn't in the movie very long. But I love it, man. He's one of the many great characters of the Rob Zombie verse. So, he one scene really, but he was fantastic, man. And
Hmm.
it's one of my favorite scenes of I think actually I did have this as my favorite moment of the movie when we did the best moments from each Halloween movie was their fight
Yeah.
in the stall. So and he's a big reason why. It was awesome.
Dude, absolutely. And he's also pretty much a pretty great evidence if you want to do like this argument that you don't need like like a whole lot of screen time but you make the most with what you get, and Joe Grizzly is the perfect example of that.
Yeah, dude. I think so
So
for sure.
alrighty. So let's dadgummit. It's still tied 14, or it's still tied, Brad, at 14 votes at 50%. So
Hey
we're
man,
leaving Lindsay alone for a little bit.
we'll let it ride. We'll let it we'll let it ride to see who whoever the next
Brad is
poll.
rubbing me the wrong way.
Oh
Uh,
no.
so all right, Brad, I went with Joe Grizzly. Who we talking about next?
I'm gonna go ahead and I see Sheriff Meeker down here, and I feel like he's trying to get into the mix. So I think he'd like to be talked about here quite a bit.
All right, well, what about Sheriff Meeker, Brad? Where does he deserve to go?
He steps in 4, takes kind of over for Brackett, who story wise moved out of the city there, and he's the sheriff in town. And in a lot of ways, he was actually more involved than Brackett was in the first movie into first two movies.
Mhm.
He took Loomis serious from the get go. He was a lot of fun. This whole kind of third acts at his house. He's locking down things. The only thing that drives him down a little bit for me is the way he was handled in 5. He had some good moments in 5, but the way he dies at the end was bullshit. Like it pissed me off. Like he just, it was off screen. He got shot by the man in black or whatever. So I mean, he's going to drop down to Rabbit and Red for me, man.
You know what? And I will join you, my friend, with the Rapid in Red because, like you said perfectly, he was definitely given a lot more to do than Sheriff Brackett. Even though, like, the thing with between like Brackett and Sheriff Meeker didn't play no shit. Like he pretty much was going toe to toe with Loomis right off the get go because he knew who Loomis was. He knew what kind of like energy would bring into his town, and he actually did something for his town, but unfortunately, Halloween 5 pretty much has damaged him from stepping into the Sleeping with Chalice tier. So I'm going to go with Rapid and Red as well with Sheriff Meeker.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, I like it. That's a good spot for him to land, man.
Hell yeah, man. And let's see. Who can we go next here? Dude, since we're kind of on the officer kick, let's go with the guy with the amazing, juicy poetry about breast. Lil Cool J's character, man.
Yeah,
And I
dude, tell me
totally
about it.
forgot what his character's name is. I did not write that down. I just literally put it on my list, Lil Cool J.
What the fuck was his name?
Dude, somebody in the chat will know. So, chat, let us know what is this character's name, so we could just officially put it onto the list, man.
Ronnie, right? Ronnie, was it Ronnie? He was Ronnie too, right? From the
But with a
because there was
Y, I think so.
yeah.
With a Y though, and
Yeah,
Y
thanks, Chris.
is
Ronnie.
yeah, Ronnie. Is he shy, Ronnie? But because I don't think Little Cool J shy at all, man. But he gets again. It's kind of like Joe Grizzly. He makes his opportunities counts when he gets on the big screen, and you don't forget a character like that, especially when he's freaking reading over his poetry, which is the highlight of his character in this film. But other than that, he gets treated pretty badly towards the end, getting shot for legitimately no reason. So for me, he's got the sizzle, but not the steak.
Hey, he got shot, but he came back, man. This guy didn't die, which is big. And he's a highlight of H2O, man. Movie that has a lot of problems for me, but he's one of the things that I really enjoyed. So I would give him the Rabbit in Red as well. And
Let's
that means we need
battle.
let's battle. Is Are we done with Lindsay? I saw
Yes, luckily we are. We're going to end that poll.
Aaron came in.
17 votes. And let's see here. There we go. 17 votes. It's gonna go to the sizzle and not the steak for Lindsay.
Ooh, Lindsay. Lindsay's getting
Yeah.
demoted. Oh no.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, you can't drink while reading people's futures. It's not a good combo. So, Brad, while I set up this poll right here, address the chat.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm good. Actually, I like LL to the sizzle.
Oh, you want to go? You want to bring him back down to the sizzle?
Yeah, I gotta stop being so crazy about some of these people. Put them in
Dude,
the
this is your
sizzle.
franchise. I don't blame you at all, man.
It's hard. It's hard to demote him, but then you think about it. I'm like, okay, and then you start thinking about these people he's in this tier list. He's tier with. You got Bud. You got Lindsay. I think he's good there. I think he's good there. He doesn't need to go too high. Let's stop
All
getting
right.
crazy with it. Let's put him right there. I like it.
But man, dude, remember, this is your franchise, so you have a better attachment to these characters than I do.
I do.
So,
Almost all these guys would be 4 and up for me, but I don't want to do that because I gotta be more. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do
yeah.
that.
Well, hey, all good in the neighborhood, dude. So you are the next pick. Who we got?
Dude, let's go ahead and rock out Julian, dude.
His nasty ass toenails. What in the world? Because you added him late into our list, man. So I gotta know, what is your sensation with nasty ass toenails?
So we put him in. We took out Cameron just because I feel like this guy had more of an impact. He had smaller screen time, obviously, but he's a scene that everybody talks about. Whether that's good or bad, his one scene is one that everybody talks about in the movie for Halloween 2018. And he gets the cameo after that a couple times. But dude, his little time to shine there in 2018 was fantastic. I love it. It was comedic. The one issue I do have is that it was a little bit over the top, and it really wasn't his fault. It's just the way they decided to make the scene. So because of that, I think he's going to go down to the sizzle for me. But he was also just I mean, I think let's go sizzle.
All right. Well, Brad, I'm sorry to break your heart on this one because Julian is a key definition of the term a Danny McBride type character. And Danny McBride makes me mad within the David Gordon trilogy with his comedy being way over the top. And Julian is being that prime example of it. Not as bad as Ray. Like, I laughed more at Julian than I did at Ray. So that's why Julian can join Child Jamie from Halloween 5 and just be stuck in the laundry chute for me.
Oh, now we're ready for a poll. Now we're ready for a poll.
I knew you want to fight for that one for Flower
Okay.
Boy Julian. So
yeah, I mean he's
make the poll.
He's good. He works, man. And I think Chris said it. Somebody did. Chris did say he wished he had more to do in the trilogy. I concur. I think he could have been a really fun reoccurring character for the other two movies. And if he was, he probably would have been higher up for me. But just having that one scene, as good as it wasn't enough.
Hell yeah. And I could have swore I saw somebody. I saw Adrian in the chat earlier. Yo, Adrian, how you doing?
Hey, yo, Adrian, what's going on?
Yo, hey, Adrian.
Yeah, the bingo lounge. I saw Sebastian was talking about.
Oh, I was. Did you get a movie addict from earlier?
Let's see. What do we got from movie addict?
Yes, it said I had to create a new account when I typed on my old one. The comments didn't show up. It's Blu-ray addict now being movie addict. So you have conquered your fear, or you conquer your addiction to Blu-rays, but now you have a bigger addiction for movies, and hopefully you get all the help you need. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on there, movie addict?
What up? Welcome. Good to see you.
Yes, sir. So, all right. That's that poll's freaking going right there. Let's see here. You'd pick Julian, so it's up to me. Man, we gotta freaking find a GD rat, man. We gotta find somebody here. I have a feeling who's gonna be though. Let's tackle, and we decide to make them a duo in this one. We're gonna go after the 78 versions of Annie Brackett and Linda.
Okay, all right. Tell me what you think about him.
Unfortunately, and if it was just Annie Brackett alone in 78, she'd be the freaking rat, man. Because I'll be honest with you, that's the only reason now for me Halloween is not a perfect horror movie anymore. I just can't stand her character. I hate her, hate the way she sounds like this. Oh, hi, Paul. Like, I hate all that. But since she's lucky, folks, that we're making this a duo because Linda is an entertaining character for me, and I like PJ Souls. I got to talk to PJ Souls, and she was totally awesome, even though she used totally way too much in the movie, and it totally brings this down. So I'm totally going to put the both of them in Stuck in the Laundry Chute.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both serviceable. I like the way they all kind of had pretty good chemistry together, so I like that quite a bit. Their dialogue was solid. I thought like the first time we saw them walking down the street and all that stuff, it was good. It was a good moment. It's a short movie, so there's not a lot of development with them all. But I thought what they had, the time they had, was good, and they were serviceable. They're not great. They don't stand out as the most memorable characters in the franchise by any means. But I think they do a really good job for that movie. So I'm going to give them the sizzle. I'm going to give them the sizzle,
Okay.
not the steak, for sure.
You know what, Fo? Another character I forgot. We did not put Linda from Rob Zombie's Halloween, so I'm gonna include her with this particular Linda right here as well, because we got a separate Annie, and there's a great reason for that, as you all know. So, with her involvement, I think she's hot from Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'll move it up to the sizzle and not the steak because she's got the sizzling looks, but not the steak of the character.
See anything you like?
Do I got your ghost, Bob?
Yeah, I actually prefer PJ Souls over the Linda from the remake, as far as a character standpoint.
Oh, from a
Um,
character standpoint, absolutely. I agree with that.
yeah, actually, in general, I like. I mean, I don't know. Well, there's a lot to be said about those
Yeah,
characters in
in the
general, and
future.
and yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because we're gonna have so much fun with these when we really dive into Halloween content. With once all the Halloween stuff comes out, so Max don't fuck it up. So let's
Mm.
see here. Okay, Brad. Wait a minute. I picked that one, so you're the next one.
Um, I'm thinking. Wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, the poll.
Oh, it's the
Dude.
poll.
Okay, let's do
I'm
it.
good to end the poll if you are.
We can wait if we can, if you want to.
Yeah,
I'm
just
good, I'm
wait
good with
maybe
it.
for after your pick.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, you ready for this?
Do it.
Let's do. Let's do. Dr. Daniel Chalice. Man, we got to get him up on the board.
Yes.
The third, but he's really
Mhm.
the first. But he acts
Well,
like a
please,
third
please tell me why he belongs in Sleeping with Chalice.
because he sleeps with Chalice every night. That's the biggest thing you got to say. There's no person that gets to sleep in the same bed as Dr. Dan Chalice every night, other than Dr. Dan Chalice himself. So I think that's fantastic. But dude, this guy's such a fun guy, man. Tom Atkins comes in here, brings a lot of fun to this franchise, and it's unfortunate we only get him in the one movie because it's the spinoff. But he's really the one thing that makes that movie just really freaking click for me, man. And one of the few final guys we get in all of horror, honestly. I mean, it's a short list, and especially an older one like him, like he's not old per se, but like in his 40s, or whatever. So you don't see that all too often. He's a smart guy. He figures all the shit out with Silver Shamrock. I like him for that, and most importantly, he's got a sick mustache. So I'm putting him Sleeping with Chalice.
Dude, the stash alone makes him belong in the Sleeping with Chalice. So I'll go ahead and agree with you there. A lot of, as you said, he's just an amazing character and a great breath of fresh air early on in this Halloween franchise. And plus, I'm gonna be honest, he's my father figure, man. Like, this is the dad that I want to be in the future. Of course, I'll take care of my lady a lot better than Dr. Chalice did, but I definitely want a lot of his personality. I definitely want to drink the beer that he drinks. And I also just want to say, now that's a stupid question, Miss Greenbridge. Like, I want to do all those amazing things, man, because pretty much why I just love Halloween 3 so much is because of the Dr. Chalice character just by himself. So he definitely belongs on Sleeping with Chalice.
Dude, yeah, absolutely, man. He's the face of that movie, and he's super underrated from the grand screen because not a lot of people outside of people in this community really enjoy Halloween 3, but he rocks, man. He rocks.
Hell yeah. And Brooke, I agree with you. Chalice is sleeping with Chalice is sleeping with Chalice, definitely. And then I also saw Miss Erica Lauren is in the chat. What's going on there?
Hello and welcome, Erica.
And Brad, you win this time, you son of a bitch. Julian
Julian?
is going to be the sizzle and not the steak.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah,
So let me
Julian.
put him right there. We put Chalice right there. So
You
perfect.
put him a little too high there, Birdie.
Oh, I did. My B. There we go. So our boy Julian just freaking hang out with two ladies to his left right there. So man, dude, you picked out a hardcore one. So I feel like let me pull out a hardcore one here and let's go with the doctor himself. Dr. Sartain. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to use the big one yet. So Dr. Sartain, man, because I'm telling you, if there's any character I think just looking at this is so close that it needs to go to the GD Rat Man, it's Dr. Sartain, man. But honestly, like with the last watch of Halloween 2018, he kind of becomes a better character for me because of what pretty much he is supposed to represent. It's like pretty much the opposite of Dr. Loomis. But again, I feel like he could have been done better. And plus, even though he did get an amazing death in this movie as well. So all of that saves him. And I think, in my opinion, he should go stuck in the laundry chute.
See, I like Sartain for sizzle and this, not the steak. I
You know
do
what?
because
I'll
I
meet
think
you there.
he was actually clicking right along, dude. He was clicking. I was liking him a lot. I was so pumped to see this guy. He's got the mustache. There's something really intriguing about him, his obsession with Michael, but in the different way that Loomis was obsessed, right? He was just more of a, he appreciated Michael. You know what I mean? Like he was obsessed with him in that way. So I was intrigued by that. They did that funky thing, like, obviously we all know the Sartain twist where he puts the mask on and tries to kill Hawkins. And it was fucking
better.
weird, and it's still weird as shit, and it still has a weird taste in my mouth. But at the same time, I get it. They had to make a decision. They had to get Michael out there to Lori. They had to do that. And they did something out of left field, and they took a risk. And I don't mind them for doing that, especially in a movie that was pretty safe for the most part. So, yeah, I'll still put him in the middle, though, because of that. I think he could have been higher, but he's going to be there.
Yeah, and again, Brad, like I said, you do the scene better with the whole mask and the stand up in the truck.
Oh, dude, that was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorites. Yeah, that was great.
It was so stupid, but so hilarious. Man, but dude, I can't wait to revisit those skits when we do a watch series in the future.
I can't either.
Did I say too much?
No, not at all, man.
All right, so who's see here? I went with Sartain. So Brad, our next character, but before we got to find somebody that's stuck in the laundry chute or a GD Rat Man. There's got to be somebody,
dude. We got Freddy. Let's talk Freddy.
Oh, dude, trick or treat, motherfucker. Well, what about Freddy? Where are you putting our boy Freddy at?
Look, Freddy's going to be. Listen. I got a problem with Freddy. The problem is when we're thinking about these characters, I went through all of these movies one by one in my head. Actually, I didn't even have to because Brett already had a list out, and I kind of went through and followed his list. And I was going through all these movies, and I was like, okay, cool, and add more characters and whatnot. And I didn't even think about Halloween Resurrection. I went straight from H2O to the remake, and I forgot Resurrection even existed. You take that, and then you also mention the fact that this guy, dude, he upsets me, man. I like it. Like you can have fun, watching him fuck around in the movie, but it also it pisses me off the way he's out there kicking all that ass and stuff. So he's a goddamn rat, man. He's going to the bottom for me.
Hell yeah. And here's the deal for me. If you freaking get to pretty much just bully around Michael Myers and Michael Myers just turns away, you're going to be one of the most absolute hated characters of all of horror entertainment. If I can just do Busta Rhymes, I would put him in Sizzle and not the Steak because of the effort he gives to the Freddy character. However, the Freddy character, I agree with you, is a GD rat man. So let's put that.
It's a goddamn rat, man.
Yeah, because he deserves it, man. It's because listen, like you said, Busta Rhymes kicked ass. He brought it, but he should have never been there to begin with, man. We didn't need this Freddy Dangertainment stuff and all that. He's a shark in the woods and all. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Chicken fried motherfucker. He's just yes.
Yeah.
Again,
so Chad, if you're listening,
there.
Yeah, Chad, yes. If you're listening, you're a boy. Fuck you. This is for you. Oh man. But all right, so you picked the freaking Killer Shock. So we gotta go from the Killer Shock to the one with the cringiest lines in Halloween history, man. Sheriff Lee Brackett, the 78 version.
I was going, he killed my daughter 40 years ago and desecrated her body. That was from Kills. Evil dies tonight. All right, let's hear about him.
All right, man. Well, first off, he didn't do anything in the first Halloween movie from 78 because he was pretty much just playing doubtful police chief. If he was a real police chief, he would have taken the threat seriously because, again, Dr. Loomis is a doctor. So you would think to believe a doctor what he had to say. And then you got Halloween 2 where he goes, I better go home and tell my wife, with like almost no emotion at all. I know he's supposed to play off like he was having emotion for not really speaking anything, but dude, if that was my daughter, I would be freaking bawling my eyes out. And we'll get to a better Sheriff Brackett in that particular thought later on. But then, man, dude, this guy goes down the shitter when it comes to Halloween Kills. Where he goes, it's Halloween, Michael. Everybody should the title of the one could scare. Like Michael's like, who the fuck are you? I don't remember you. And what does that even mean? So Sheriff Brackett, you're a GD rat, man.
A rat. Okay. Here's
He
the
certainly
deal.
ain't a mouse.
Dude, I like Brackett though. I
Which
like him.
one?
I like this one. I like the 78 Brackett. I think he's great. Now again, he's not perfect by any means, but I just love seeing him and Loomis together. I thought they played off each other really nice. I wish would have got more of them in the second movie. And honestly, beyond then too would have been cool. But I always really enjoyed Brackett. So yeah, let me go with man, honestly, I gotta go Rabbit and Red with Brackett, man. No, I'll
damn.
Sizzle. I'll go Sizzle.
Okay, if you're going with the Sizzle and I'm going with the GD Rat, so he belongs to our very first Stuck in the Laundry Chute.
Yeah, okay. He's down there.
I'm just telling you, I can't, man. With what they did with him in Kills, if they just could have used him better with his like telling a flashback story, I would have met you there with the Sizzle and not the steak. But I just can't do it, man.
Dude, Kills is definitely did not do him any favors.
Absolutely.
At
Dude,
all.
if Kills were eliminated, I would have put him at the Sizzle and not the steak easily.
Yeah, it was not good for Brackett.
No. Man, fuck Brackett. Well, that Brackett, man, but another Brackett we will absolutely gush over, hopefully. So,
and, hey, shout out to the Lee Brackett coming out this year too.
Yeah, Brad's been fighting for that for years, man.
That's the unofficial name of this year's Fright Fest. You'll see it on the tournament when we get there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, hey, good movie, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Fright Fight,
so,
I should say.
Did you pick Sheriff Brackett or did I?
You did.
Okay, so you're next.
But I'm going to counter that. Let's go ahead and talk about our other bracket now.
Yes.
And
let's do it.
Dude, I got to tell you, this guy right here, Brad Dourif's bracket, he's one of my favorite characters in this whole franchise. Both movies, he knocks it out of the park. He's really one of the things that draws me to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. He's a big reason why I love that movie so much. Is his acting really in that movie. Brad Dourif is outstanding. It's great. Obviously, we know the scene where he finds Annie's been murdered in the bathroom there, which was it's just freaking gut wrenching, man. And he plays it so well. And he's got this whole kind of like rusty vibe, with this old gray hair and everything. And I love that a lot. But he nails it. And he's good in the first movie too by Rob Zombie. But that Rob Zombie 2 alone is what nails it, man. Him eating his pizza and just freaking talking about missing the barn and shit. Like, he was great. He's sleeping with Chalice for me.
Dude, are you serious?
No, 100%, man. I'm
Let's
as serious as
go.
I'm as serious. Like, you know what he says? He says, what do you say? Grab me one of those sticky buns on the way in.
Oh my god. But dude, absolutely I agree with you. And pretty much you touch all the major points I was going to. So I'll pretty much say this on my side of it with Rob Zombie's Sheriff Brackett. Brad Dourif for me, because there's actors out there that are good playing one character, but anything else they do in other movies, they're not really just like good actors. Like, I know it's hard to explain, but it's like they're like, I guess for example, this is an example. Don't hurt me, guys. This is an example. Nick Castle played Michael Myers beautifully, but if he was in any other movie, he would just be okay or just be bad. And I thought that's what Brad Dourif was. But Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 proved differently with me, and he proved to me when he found Annie in that bathroom that this dude can freaking act his ass off. So for that scene alone, he deserves sleeping with Chalice. So Brad Dourif, I apologize. You are a great actor, especially in Exorcist 3 too. So I'm putting him with sleeping with
Lord of
Chalice.
the Rings. Dude, hey, what
Yes.
about dude, I just love the way that he's so like overprotective of Annie in the movie too. I don't
And
know.
as any officers should.
Yeah, it was yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, he took Lori in, all that stuff was great, man. And yeah, I really enjoyed him. And yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so let's see here. Do I have a poll? Nope, we don't have polls going, so we are golden there. So Brad, do you know who would have been a perfect fit for Rob Zombie's universe in the Halloween movies?
Who is that?
Freaking John Tate, because of his freaking hair.
Now he needed to grow that shit out.
No,
though.
man. What the fuck, John? It's up. What the hell, John? So man, first off, Josh Hartnett, I really enjoy. He's just got that certain kind of charisma to him, or like, I wouldn't say an it factor, but he just has something to him as an actor that just draws you into him and makes you invested into him. And I think the John Tate character is very interesting. And I know it doesn't technically count, but what Braden did with the Haddonfield Nightmare and what he's about to do with the other movies within the Haddonfield Nightmare kind of like movies that Braden's making, he made the John character so much more entertaining for me. It makes him very interesting. It makes me have a better appreciation for him in H2O. And I do enjoy him in the third act, but I just wish he was used more in that third act, maybe finding Michael Myers along with his mother, because, you know, a boy's best friend is his mother. Sorry, I watched Psycho today.
That's what they say.
So, which is kind of related to Halloween. So, with that in mind, I'm going to put John Tate in the Rabbit in Red.
Yeah, I do wish he could have done. I didn't like the way his story ended, and I know that was just to make Laurie's story stronger. You know, her throwing him in the car, sending him packing with Molly. But I don't know. I've just never really been too wild about it. You know, he's fine. He's good. You know, he's doing his job. But he's really just an addition, man. I'm going to give him sizzle, not the steak.
You know, I'll join you. I'm not going to fight that too hard because I totally get that. So I'll move there with you with the sizzle and not the steak. Because again, he's got a lot of sizzle, especially with the hair, but he just didn't sell on the steak.
Yeah, he didn't quite sell there, man.
God, man. Actually, that's the perfect tier you made up in the middle one right there. It's just the more I'm thinking about it. And plus, I'm hungry for steak.
The middle's always a strong place to be, for sure.
Always. So, Brad, go ahead. Pick us our next one.
Dude. You ready to talk about
Fuck off,
you ready
Wade?
to talk about what's that?
Fuck off, Wade?
Fuck off, Wade.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, yeah, fuck it. Let's talk about Brady.
All right, the freaking Brady from the Brady Bunch, man. What is it about Brady? Because he was like the last person we put on this list. So why does he deserve to be on this list, and where does he go?
I thought he should be on the list, just because I thought that, yeah, he kind of stands out in 4, you know, as Rachel's kind of boyfriend, but then he runs off into the other girl. And all that stuff like that. But he has his moment of redemption. And what I like about Brady is he has a lot of screen time, but he also gets a badass kill. So I like him for that. I thought he was a lot of fun. I don't know if I could necessarily put him up in Rabbit and Red, but I think I could give him sizzle, not the steak. I think I like him there for that.
And I will join you on that as well because again, he's got a great kill. And what makes it a great kill too is if you care about the character. And I feel like at this time, like towards the end of Halloween 4, he knew what he did with Kelly Meeker was wrong, or what he was about to do with Kelly Meeker was wrong. And he tried everything he can to make up for it, and he legitimately sacrificed his own life to make sure Rachel and Jamie are safe. And I know he was an asshole at the beginning, but there's nothing great to watch an asshole turn good guy. So I'm kind of like Cameron Elam, for example, too. So I'm going to put Brady at
That
the sizzle and not
motherfucker.
the steak as well.
I'll take Brady all day over Cameron. Hey, a lot of people in the chat are loving Brady, man. A lot of people saying Rabbit and Red for
Ooh,
Brady, man. So that's
really?
interesting.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, he's a fan fave, it looks like, man. I like it. But I really enjoyed him. Okay, yeah, you go ahead and go with the next one, my friend.
All right, dude, I'm gonna throw out a heavy hitter, man. It's time to do it. We gotta talk about the Cochran, Connell Cochran, the bad guy from Halloween 3.
Dude, let's hear about him, man.
Dude, let's freaking do it, man. First off, this guy is scary as hell, and I would absolutely not leave my children with him or child with him. Like, just no, I don't care if he gives me all 3 masks. Guess what? I got the 3 masks over here. I don't need any of his masks. But man, but what makes him so special, though, he's just such a good feeling. And you just feed off the energy that dude. This something's wrong with this dude, man. And how he tells like the whole like tale of like the Halloween seances and or Salem's and all that, and of like the killings and everything. And he just kind of like tells it with like this shit-eating grin on his face. It just he makes you really uncomfortable, but he does his job as a bad guy so well. But man, I don't know what happened with the freaking rock and making him a paper mache. That kind of just rubs me the wrong way. So I'm putting him in the Rapid in Red.
Yeah, I'll join you there, man. He was very unsettling and a different kind of villain for this franchise. Again, like you said with Chalice being a breath of fresh air, this guy is too, man. He's different. Um, he comes in and he's got this whole backstory he's given us and stuff like that, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, let's give him Rabbit in Red.
Hell yeah, man. Let's freaking put him in the Rapid in Red. Hey, he might get lucky tonight. So where we going next here, Brad? We only got about, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 characters left, man. So we're pretty much at the halfway point.
Dude, let's get another one. Let's talk about Judy Greer here with the sweater on from
Freaking
Halloween.
Karen Nelson.
Yes, Karen, thank you. From Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. And man, this was one of the most enjoyable deaths I've ever seen. This was great. When she finally died in Kills, I could not be more happy. I wasn't really ever a wild fan of this character, honestly. Honestly, like I kind of just want to go ahead and she had some actually like Kills did a lot of bad things for a lot of characters, but she was probably the one character that actually was improved in Kills, I think, a little bit, slightly. 2018, I couldn't stand her. She had one good moment at the end. Dude, I honestly like even the performance sucked. I'm going to go with a Rat for her, man. I wasn't a fan.
Okay, well, this is where we're going to differentiate a little bit because I was thinking stuck in the laundry chute. Because yes, I agree with you. 2018, he had or she, she had one very strong scene in Halloween 2018. Because let's not forget that freaking boring ass delivery of the speech about her childhood, like just standing there like a freaking robot going, "I was trapped in the woods. I fought for my life." Like, just it's awful, and I blame the writing. I'm not really blaming Judy Greer because Judy Greer is a really talented actress. It's just again, just the writing just made her look so bad, and I feel bad for Judy Greer on that part. But that badass thing in 2018 made me have so much expectations in Halloween Kills for her character. I thought she was going to take like a major leap forward, but dude, absolutely not. She pretty much did the exact same thing as she did in 2018 and just did those badass things towards the end. But I will say they are a little bit more memorable than some of the other characters. So I'll give her that little street cred for that. So I'm putting her in the stuck in the laundry chute.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's let the people decide.
Yes, that
And
would be a
let me just
fun
ask you
one.
all before y'all push your vote in this. Let me ask you guys this: did anybody miss her in Halloween Ends?
Not
I
me.
say no. I say absolutely not. I say, in fact, we could have skipped. She could have not been in the franchise at all, and nobody would have missed her. Nobody would have missed the thing. It could have been Lori and Allison. The mother could have died in a car crash years ago. It could have been basically a reshoot or reboot rather of the Daniel Harris character with Allison, and Karen could have just pounded sand years ago, and nobody would have cared. Nobody would have
Mhm.
met. It would have been fine. Um, so yeah, I don't like her. She's one of the most pointless characters in the whole franchise.
Yeah, or to me, like you said, that I say that she's the most disappointing character in the franchise because again, they could actually, you know what? I don't actually think that she's the most disappointing. Just the more I'm thinking about it. There's one other character, in my opinion, that's more disappointing than freaking Karen. Do you want to know who that is, Brad?
I bet I know. I bet I
Um,
know.
yeah, because again, it runs in the family, so we got to go with
Ah,
Allison.
yeah, dude. I like it. I like it.
Dude, talk about disappointing. We set her up beautifully in 2018 for Halloween. She was going to be kind of like that next Laurie Strode character, but in her own unique way. Annie Matichek did an amazing job in Halloween 2018, and I think she does a very good job throughout the David Gordon Green trilogy. Yet again, the writing was so bad with her character, so there's not a lot that she could have done to help her character. And as the movies, like as we get from like 18 kills and ends, Allison kept on getting weaker and weaker and weaker for every time she was on freaking screen. So honestly, with how bad she declined, she deserves a GD Ratman. But this is a shocking upset because I know a lot of people love Allison. I think she belongs in Stuck in the Laundry Chute
Damn,
because of how
dude, my
disappointing
girl,
that her character is.
dirty. Now listen, I agree she could have been better. She had potential to be sleeping with Chalice. Hopefully, after she gets a little older, but nonetheless, she would have chance to do that. Um, but they didn't let her character develop the way they should. But I like her the most in Ends. I love Ends. And I think she's a big reason why I thought she was great in the movie. And it would have been again, it would have been nice again. Obviously, it would have been nice to see her do a bit more and do a little bit more in kills and really be that badass role in kills. But I thought she was still strong in kills when she was there. That movie had a lot going on. And I thought the performance too, leading into the character was really solid. So I'd give a Rabbit in Red, man. I love this girl.
Damn,
I
so
think
we're
it's
gonna
great.
put it right in the middle of the sizzle and not the steak?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty, man. Chad, let me know if I'm just dead ass wrong or if Brad's dead ass wrong. Like, I'm actually curious about that now. What do you think in the chat?
Dude, what if we yeah,
Oh,
I mean
you know
we
what?
could
I let me see how this Karen poll's going. Okay, we could do the Karen poll. People are saying she belongs in the laundry chute. So let's go ahead and
okay.
put Karen in the laundry chute here. And let's move Allison back because we're going to challenge you guys. Is Allison going to beat the laundry chute or she belong in the Rabbit in Red?
We're gonna go all or nothing. I
Yeah,
love it. I
because I
love it.
know Allison has her fans, so I just want to hear from you all. So let me get this poll going here. And Brad, if you want to address some of the chat while I do this.
Yeah, a lot of divisiveness in the chat, man. We got some Rabbit and Red talk. Chris says you're wrong, Brett man. He's got Rabbit and Red talking with it. Aaron says Allison is mostly fully developed in Ends. I concur. I like it. I like it a lot. She's definitely a stronger character in Ends than she was in 2018. I think somebody did say that they got your back.
Who's got my back?
Zodiac's got your back.
My
Shaq's
man,
got your back.
Zodiac. Take it back.
Uh, do 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 do.
Take it back.
Jamie loves Allison character arc. She's a bunny. Yeah, she's really good.
No, she was a cat in Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
cats can be cool, and yeah, now she's going to give birth to the next evil serial killer in Haddonfield. Man, it's going to be crazy.
Dude, I'll tell you, if that's where Miramax takes it next.
Dude,
Anyways, I'm not
Miramax
going
is
to
going to
have an
fucking
overload tonight. So, Brad,
okay.
go ahead and pick our next character. I'm not going to go there.
Okay, let's do this then. Let's go with Rachel.
Ooh, that dude, we're about to hit the freaking heavy hitters now, man. So, what makes Rachel so special, and where does she go?
Dude, it's that bond with Daniel Harris, Daniel Harris's character Jamie, man. I think that's the biggest thing. Their relationship itself has a bit of an arc in Halloween 4. And so I really like her quite a bit. They have great chemistry. The way she kicks ass at the end of 4, really an
Mhm.
underlooked final girl, and I think it's because she's paired up with somebody else. Um, it's hard to kind of say her fucking death though, like just kills me. Like it's so stupid. The scissors, like it's ridiculous. I can't really hold that up against the character though. So, man, I think I'm gonna go with Sleeping with Chalice here. I think I'm gonna do it. Um, although I would have liked to, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. I think she's that important.
You know what? As the Lee Corso says, good pick. So let's move Rachel right up there with Sleeping with Childs because, man, dude, you're absolutely right. She is definitely an underrated final girl because she does kick so much ass against Michael. I think this is the first time within the franchise, too, that she actually goes toe to toe with Michael a lot better than Lori from 78 and Howling 81. But Rachel does such a great job, and also her bond with Jamie, as you said, in Halloween 4 is so damn strong. It's strong in Halloween 5 too, but we could easily use a lot more than that. And I'm not going to hold her death scene in Halloween 5 to her, man, because that's obviously not her fault. That's stupid writing decisions right there. I'm not going to harp on her too much about that. Just everything she did in that third act and the bond with Jamie Lloyd is spectacular. It's inspiring and something you could a great role model for as a character. So Sleeping with Chow is for Rachel.
And it's also like kind of a rare thing to see like siblings, in one of these movies, especially one,
Or
with you got the
technically
older.
foster, like
Well,
they're
yes, technically
fostering. Yeah.
speaking, but yes, it's just kind of rare to see that, and especially when you have kind of the older one and then one that's like Daniel Harris's age at the time. So, yeah,
Exactly.
it was cool.
So, man, let's freaking, let's continue along that train, man. Let's do Jamie Lloyd as we're talking about this conversation.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, which God. Again, this is where I'm not going to harp on her for Halloween 5 or even Halloween 6 because again, all that is just based off story direction. And if you mentioned Jamie Lloyd, what's the first thing you're going to think of? You're going to be thinking of Halloween 4. So absolutely that Jamie Lloyd from Halloween 4 deserves to go with Sleeping Chalice. She needs to stay with her sister for life. Right beside her. Oh, I can't do that yet because I need your vote.
Dude,
So what do
I'm
you
going
think?
up there. I'm going up
Okay,
there.
thank God.
Listen, they tried to ruin her in 6. They tried to ruin her in 5 even. But you can't, that's fine. They did their thing. It's done. She's fantastic. She's good enough in 4 to carry it. She's staying up at the top, man. And again, this was one of the coolest things. We saw Corey Feldman come in and duke it out with Jason in part 4, which
Mhm.
was cool. But then, like, I don't know, there was something even better about Jamie Lloyd duking it out with Michael that I think is really cool. So I think, yeah, again, and obviously a big part of that too is her chemistry with Rachel as well. But it was great.
Dude, absolutely, it was great, man. And she delivers the line of "Cookie Woman."
Cookie woman.
Cookie, wait, fat, big fat woman.
She's
Oh
a
my
great
god,
big fat woman.
I can't wait to get to that. Let's see here, Brad. We could go ahead and end this poll. I surrender. Allison's gonna go in the rabbit in red.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Good job, Allison. Way to hang in there.
Yeah, fuck off, Allison. But no, even though I love Andy Manichek, but just Allison character, fuck off. So Brad, go ahead. Next pick.
Dude, let's go ahead and bring in Ronnie White.
Yes,
Ronnie White.
go for it. Why does Ronnie deserve to be in the Sleeping with Chat? Nah, I'm kidding. But seriously, what do you think about our good old boy Ronnie, man?
This guy, dude, people may hate him. I don't know. Again, he's one of my favorite characters in the franchise. He's in the movie for just kind of the first act of the Rob Zombie remake. But he just, dude, he freaking makes it, dude. Like watching all of his scenes, his crazy ass dialogue. Uh, it's yeah, it's just fucking awesome. He goes out to the bingo lounge. She's got that flappy ass freaking titty woman over there chasing his
Titty
ass
woman.
down. Yeah, obviously he has so many great lines there that I can't even there's skull fucking going on. There's all that other, he's all broken up over there, bitch. He can no longer work. He's just so entertaining. He just sucks you in. He brings you into the suck zone and he says, this movie's going to be fucking weird and I hope you're down for it. But if you're not, then you're probably going to hate it. But you're going to know right off the bat because I'm going to give you everything you need to know about the movie in these first 5 minutes. So I love him, man. Give me Rabbit in Red for Ronnie White, only because he
Ooh.
wasn't in the movie long.
Okay, and that's fair too because I was immediately gut reaction is sleeping with Chalice, but man, I kept a mental note of all your bullshit you just said right there, so I'm gonna put him in the Rabbit in Red as well, because again, the thing with this Ronnie character, again, he doesn't get a lot of screen time, but he's easily the most quotable character, even more than Dr. Loomis, and that is saying a lot in my opinion with the short amount of screen time he gets, but you just don't forget such a legendary character like that. And plus, he did get one of the most pretty much the badass kill in the entire Rob Zombie Halloween movie. So give me the Rabbit in Red.
Fuck it, dude. You want to bump him up?
You want to bump him up?
Let's bump him the fuck
Okay,
up.
actually,
Dude.
I got this. What about you, Chad? Do you want us to bump him up to Sleeping with Chalice?
Fuck it. I like him. He needs to be there. Yeah,
Okay, you know what, Chad? I'm sorry. We're putting him there, deadgummit.
Oh no, I still want to hear if the chat agrees or not. But I think
we'll put him up there, and we'll see if the chat agrees.
Yeah, dude, he's got so much going on for him, man. He does.
Hell yeah! And Jamie already says bump. Yeah, bump. Let Chalice sleep. Sure. Ashton, sure. That's great. So everybody's saying bump him up. So Brad, we made a great educational decision right there.
Let's freaking bump him up, dude. He deserves it, man. He deserves just a little bit of
his own class.
Yeah, he should be up there.
Dude, we kind of already
he should be up in the skull fuck zone. That's where he actually is.
So, all right. Is it my pick?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go with Tina Williams here. This one is possibly might be one of our most controversial ones because she is definitely one of the most just split down the middle. People either love her or they hate her. I used to admit I hated this chick. I really did. But the last couple of watches, for some reason, I like her. Like, I don't love her, but I really liked her. Even though the only thing that irks me about the Tina character, it's not really realistic. If you love Jamie so much, why did you leave her just so you can be a freaking high school girl? To me, that doesn't make a lot of sense, especially in the writing department. So what I'm going to do with that, and her kill was lame too, with just a regular knife to the chest. So she has a lot of sizzle, but unfortunately, she does not have the steak.
We should have fucking put get the fuck out of here with Tina, dude. For me, we could have put a tier under the rat and had it called Sleeping with Ronnie. You could have had Sleeping with Ronnie, and that's where I would have put her, down at the bottom. And dude, she's okay, she's got a couple things about her that redeem, sure. But dude, she's worse to me than Freddie. She's so annoying. She's not. She makes that horrible decision, like you said, with Daniel Harris, who needed her. She's stupid. She's idiot. She needs to go down all the way to the bottom, man. She's a rat.
Dude, okay, with the rat and the sizzle, you good with stuck in the laundry chute, or do we need to make this a poll?
No, I'm good with it, man. That's fine. We can do that.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put it right there in the laundry chute. And I'm curious about the chat, what side they are on with Tina.
Yeah, we got a lot of people actually. I think Chris said she's a horny teenage girl. That makes sense to him. Brooks in agreement with me. Movie Addict's not a fan of Tina. There's a lot of people. I know I saw Chester said that she goes in the laundry chute. A lot of people have this vomit emoji that's popped up. And Zodiac wants to take her to the movies. So that's
Hey, freaking
there's
Tina can
that. But
sit on my pole,
she'd going da 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 the whole time, dude. It'd be
dude.
bad. Somebody would kill. It'd be like Scary Movie. Somebody would kill your ass just for being there.
Dude, me and Tina will be doing but da 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 together. So give my girl some little respect, some little respect. But no, we said what we said. We are putting her at stuck in the laundry chute. So Brad, where are we going next?
Hawkins.
All right, let's go with freaking Sheriff Hawkins here. So where does Hawkins need to go?
Despite the fact that they've tried to fuck him so much in part in kills and ends, he disappeared from ends. He was doing weird shit at the damn grocery store, getting blossoms and all kinds of weird stuff. Like he's just hanging out there. Despite the fact he's still working, even though he's not, he just kind of shows up when it's convenient. That's not his fault. I love Hawkins, and it might just because Will Patton. I'm a huge Will Patton fan, and I think that he just brings a lot to the character, a lot of life to the character. He's honestly one of the better acted characters in that whole trilogy. I love Hawkins. I would have loved to seen more of him. I would have, again, if he could have came across and done some other strong stuff in the next two movies. Oh God, man, it would be. It'd be easy. It'd be easily sleeping with Chalice because of what they did with him. I still put him. I'm still sleeping with Chalice with this guy. I like him a lot. Every time he's on screen, I just get pumped up.
Okay, man. Dude, and I respect that, man. But again, with me, it's also like the thing with Allison. As the movies progress in the trilogy, he gets worse and worse, unfortunately. Because again, we had a great setup for him in 2018, but as soon as he got stabbed with that little pin by Dr. Sardine, right in the jugular, right there, it's like his character really just went straight downhill from there, and that's very unfortunate. Because like you, Brad, I'm a huge Will Patton fan as well. I think he's such a good actor, and he brings any character he plays to life. It's just I cannot forgive him speaking Japanese or Chinese and wanting freaking Laurie Strode's cherry blossom. I just can't handle that serious, man. But I love Will Patton so much, and they had such a great setup for him in 2018. I wish they really would have dived into. So I will give him credit for the Rapid in Red.
All right. I guess we pull it, but it looks like probably he's probably going to end up being on Rabbit and Red, probably based on what people are saying in the chat. But you can throw the poll out there if you want.
Sure, let's throw the poll out there. Let's see here.
Somebody said, "Did Barker make the list?" No, but if he did, he'd be at the bottom. Let me tell you. Like I said, there would be people that are missing from this list, and the way I'm tearing these up is basically comparing them to the other characters on this list. But once we go down the road, once we do the tier list specific to each movie, Barker will be there. Everybody else will be there that's not here. Obviously, like in that case, Freddy's going to be higher because he's the best thing about Halloween Resurrection, and so forth and so on. Tina will probably be higher because she's better than some of those other characters. So that's just something to think about going forward. But.
Yeah, agreed. And then Byron, I saw you in the chat there. What's going on there, Byron?
Byron, welcome, dude.
Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, you selected our boy Hawkins, man. So, dude, pretty much we're pretty much into heavy hitters now. So it's really going to be difficult which one to tackle first. So let's go ahead and tackle a lot of people's badass chick, hottest chick. And let's go with Daniel Harris's performance in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah, trust me. I'll say right now, immediately step up like a major upgrade because like any bracket from 78 was like the great value. But if you want the friggin' like the best of the best product, you go with the Annie bracket from Rob Zombie's Halloween played by Daniel Harris. First off, it's just great to have her back in the franchise and to give her such a role and just such meaning to those two movies with the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, especially after how she got screwed of not being in Halloween 6. So this was like we gave her such an important role and such a great send off too, because again, that bathroom scene was devastating. And just like Annie's character in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, in my opinion, is the most underrated character in that movie, because she went through a lot of the same things that Laurie did, but everybody's so focused on like, oh, Laurie, are you okay? That Annie has not getting checked on by a lot, and she kind of has some resentment towards Laurie. So it's a very interesting story that you can really sink your teeth in with a character. I feel like she does belong with Sleeping with Chalice, but I'm not going to get that excited. So I'm going to say the Rabbit in Red.
I concur. I actually was thinking I've been battling this out. But yeah, I think he's a good spot, or I'm sorry, that's a good spot for her. I think, you know, I don't know. It's close to going up to the next level. I like her in the second movie. I just kind of feel like, well, I like her a lot in the second movie, but I feel like she wasn't really focused on all too much. That movie had a lot going on too, and Laurie got a lot of that, but she did actually get probably more in 2 than she did in 1. So I take that back. Yeah, she was great in 2. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. Long story short, I agree. She killed
I
it.
feel like there's just something barely missing with her.
Same.
Maybe maybe
put a
one,
finger on it.
like more focus on 1. I'd say I think she was perfect in 2, but I think
Yeah.
she just needed to do more in 1. So that's why I say Rabbit in Red.
That's a good point. I think maybe it is 1 because 2 is where she really took off.
Yeah, absolutely. And why Danielle Harris does not get more little bigger roles, I don't know.
And she's kind of like holding that family together in 2 with Laurie and Brackett, like that little kind of fucked up family they have there. She's the one that's like really, she's the centerpiece of it. She's the thing that keeps things moving. She's trying to keep Laurie lined out while at the same time keeping Sheriff Brackett from eating all those sticky buns on the way in. So yeah, she was great.
Dude, exactly. That's why I say she's the most, in my opinion, she's the most underappreciated character in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, yeah, I think so too.
So, all right, man. I picked a freaking Annie Brackett for Rob Zombie. Where are we going next?
Dude, let's get
I know you want to do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Dude, honestly though, let's get one of the obvious ones out of the way. Let's get Michael Myers himself, the original one. Let's go ahead and put him up there.
I did not expect you to go this direction.
Well, it's just, everybody knows where he's going. He's going to the top. He's the whole franchise. Yeah. This is what we're here to see. There's not a lot to talk about in this matter. He just goes up there. That's where he goes. So I figured it'd be an easy one.
But you know what? He needs to go right here, though, because this is his freaking franchise.
Yeah, let him put him right next to Dan Chalice up there. He's the GOAT. Like, this is the classic Michael. This is the one. Of course, it does span. You got the one from 1 and 2, and then you have all the other ones, and some are better than others, but still, he's going to be at the top nonetheless.
Yeah, dude. Not going to spend too much time. We all know why he's the GOAT, Mount Rushmore of the horror genre for horror icons. Not much to say. When we do the other tier list, we'll break down the Michaels individually. But we all know we're going to talk about 78 Michael. And definitely want to give a quick shout out to James Jude Courtney's performance as Michael Myers too, because that's definitely one of the best Michael Myers out there. Did not want to forget him. So obviously Sleeping with Chalice for Mikey.
Yeah, dude, I love it.
We are good to you, Mikey.
We are good.
So, man, I don't want to take your guy, folks. So I'm going to save him. So let's go with the Rob Zombies version of Dr. Loomis, played by Malcolm McDowell, man. Dude, I was talking, again, I was on SPC Unleashed's channel on Saturday, and I can't remember if it was Connor or Austin. I'm pretty sure it was Connor who said this for a Not Too Bad podcast, that if you were going to select anybody to replace the famous Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis, Malcolm McDowell is that perfect person, because one, Malcolm McDowell is such a terrific actor, and I love how he kind of went into his movies with Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, that he didn't watch anything that Donald Pleasance did. He just brought his own spin of what he thought that the Dr. Loomis character should be, and I think it's absolutely spectacular. But what holds him back from being a Sleeping with Chalice, I wasn't the biggest fan of his direction in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, about how the Loomis character is always supposed to be a beam of hope and saving people. Instead of just being a major asshole. So that's why, unfortunately for me, I'm putting him in the Rapid in Red.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Honestly, Rob Zombie's Dr. Loomis could have two characters by himself, on this thing because they're so different from what you see in each movie. I loved him in one. I thought he was great. He definitely brought a different performance to the role Malcolm McDowell did. He's a little bit more calm. He's a little bit more like, just he's a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, he's a little bit more put together in some instances. I don't know. It seems weird to say, but it's true. He brings it. And two, I don't hate it. It's different. It's a 180. I actually kind of like what they were going for with his character and Rob Zombies too. Just showing what the impact of the events of the first movie had on him, his head getting crushed and shit like that. I just think they went a little too far with it. So I'm with you. I can't make him perfect, but I can make him Rabbit in Red because I don't hate him in either. And at the very least in two, he's entertaining as fuck, dude. He's running around doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Especially with the selling the sizzle and not the steak.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And I want it sizzling hot.
Oh man, so you are putting him in the Rapid in Red, correct?
Yeah, and yeah, Chris said Weird Al. That scene with Weird Al, it's just fucking out there, dude. It's weird, it's crazy. But his end, I like the way he redeems himself at the end, and he goes in there to freaking have that one-on-one with Michael, and he gets fucking slayed. Depending on which movie you cut or which cut you see.
Well, no, we don't talk about that cut. Well, except for one scene in that cut, but most of the time we don't talk about that cut.
Hey, I like the director's cut more, actually.
Ooh, even when he's like we're not going to piss people off, man. But dude, that's actually very interesting. You said that.
I'll take it.
So, all right, dude, I'm going to end this poll. This one was a no-brainer for the chat. Deputy Hawkins is going in the Rapid in Red.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Let's put him right there. And I picked McDowell. Brad, we are in our top 5 now. So 5 more left. So go ahead. Who are we going after?
Dude, let's go ahead and just talk about the other Loomis because again, we all know where he's going. He's sleeping with Chalice. There's 2 doctors up there now. He's going to be the second one, and he's going to be right up there with Michael Myers. Man, he's iconic, and again, this Donald Pleasance version spans across several movies. He's the one thing that really tied the movies together after, all the other, like Jamie Lee Curtis left and all that other stuff after the second movie. He came back, man. He came back for 4 and 5 and 6 and really was the glue that held that thing together for those movies. He gets crazier. He does weirder stuff as the movies go on, but he's always what you're there to see. And, he's great. He really makes the first movie too with the way he talks up Michael. All that stuff he's doing is it's super important. So I love it.
Dude, absolutely. He belongs in Sleeping with Chalice. His Halloween speech about Michael in 78, it's the only thing enough that deserves him or to put him immediately in Sleeping with Chalice. So I'm not going to say much more. Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis, one of the greatest horror protagonists of all time. He deserves to be up there with the best .
Yeah, dude, definitely.
So, all right, man. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go with this because I think this one might be self-explanatory too, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. It's Laurie Strode right here. It's not the Rob Zombie one. It's this Laurie right here. Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode. 78, I think this is just my opinion. I think she's maybe a tad bit overrated, but I know how much she means, not only to this franchise, but to the entirety of Final Girl. So I respect her for that. But it's just like, she's got the wig in Halloween 2. I don't like necessarily her direction in H2O. I like her direction better in Halloween 2018, better than I do in H2O. I know that's a whole topic all on its own. But then in Kill, she did nothing, and Ends, very disservice to her with talking about ripping her blossoms of grief and all that. But
Resurrection.
It's just... we don't talk about Resurrection, man, because that
it happens. It happens
awful.
Every time, dude. Nobody ever even thinks of it.
Well, dude, because it's awful, man. But dude, like in my opinion, really, she deserves to be in the Rabbit in Red for me personally. But again, the 78 Lori, I understand. People appreciate her. They put her at the top of the top. Like she's a Mount Rushmore of Final Girls, and I get it, and I gotta respect it. So for me, I will put her in Sleeping with Chalice.
Yeah, I gotta put her there too, man. I can't not. I mean, I know that there's
Actually,
so
don't
many
want to put her
different
beside
ways that
Ronnie.
so many different ways her character goes. But listen, all of them have their own things. I like her in '78 a lot. I think she's, I yeah, sure. Like in the grand scheme of things, is she an overrated final girl in 2023? Sure, but you go back to 1978, and she was the best final girl ever at that time,
Hmm.
and that lasted for a long time. And so you got to give her credit for that. I mean, it evolved over the years, and she was like kind of she was definitely better than Sally and all the stuff that came before and all that stuff. But uh, she was like the final girl for the longest time. And this movie
Hmm.
obviously, created her career. So a lot of stuff. But then like, okay, H2O comes along though, 20 years later, she's badass in the movie. And I like where her character's at in that. It's an interesting decision to have the brother sister dynamic going on, but I think it works in H2O for what they're trying to do. I don't like
Hmm.
Michael in that movie. There's a lot of other problems, but I think she was great in the movie. I thought, this might have even been better than her performance in 2018. Well, not performance, but the story itself was probably better. The performance definitely was stronger in 2018. She's badass there as well. She kicks ass. And like you said, after that, um, Kills was a little funky. I actually liked her in Ends a lot though. I thought, they did some weird shit. She did the whole bosoms thing and all that other weird stuff. I don't even remember what she said. She's slapping pumpkins. I don't know. But I don't know. There was something about her performance in that movie that I really enjoyed. Um, Even though the movie itself kind of went away from her story for the most part. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, she's got to go to the top.
Yeah, and again, she deserves it, man. Like she really truly does. sh- Rip my breastums of grief. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
something like that.
But
Just
something
throwing
like
those
that. It's
pumpkin
just
seeds on the ground. You gotta whip your breast out and tell them it's time to party. I can't remember.
yeah. Or
That was
it's just
simple.
it's and plus that's just horrible advice. Like, cause you never know who you're going to treat to attract with that kind of talk, man. So
Yeah,
go ahead, Brad. What is your next pick?
dude. Let's go, Lori from Rob Zombie, man.
Dude, are you serious? I was waiting this entire time for you to pick Corey, but we'll go freaking Lori for Rob Zombie's Halloween. So how do you feel about her? And other than that, where she goes, which Lori do you prefer?
Look, I like her a lot. I do. I think she's probably the most complex character on this whole list,
Hmm.
aside from maybe Michael himself. But obviously, she's kind of a sweeter girl in the first movie. She goes through those events. In the second movie, she comes back through this traumatic experience, and she's all fucked up in the second movie. And I like that. I like that character arc. But at the same time, like I get it. I see what Rob Zombie was trying to do, and I liked it. I really do appreciate what he gave with it. He made her a very unlikable character in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, the director's cut, which is the definitive official canon version of the movie.
Hmm.
Um, at least now, because that's like the only one you can find, right? I mean, I know that it's not the one that showed at theaters. You can get the theatrical cut, but it's like a Canadian thing. It's not the one you're going to buy if you got the Walmart or Costco or wherever you fucking buy movies at for the most part. So for all intents
Not
and
Best Buy.
purposes, if you stream Halloween 2, you're going to get the director's cut. So she's not very likable in that movie. And that was a direct whole decision that that Rob Zombie made because it's a realistic impact that the trauma had on her. And I like that. From a writing standpoint, I really like that. But she's also really annoying at times in that movie. I really enjoy her though, so I'm going to go with Rabbit in Red, but I actually kind of like Annie more than her.
Ooh, okay. And do you prefer? I'm going to guess you prefer Jamie Lloyd, or not Jamie Lloyd, Jamie Lee Curtis's Lori over Scout Taylor's.
Yes and no. I like the complex nature of her character more, um, Scout's version, but at the
Hmm.
same time, Jamie's just more relatable, I guess. Jamie Lee Curtis. I think hers is just more. It's more easy to watch her character and relate to her and kind of pull for her, whereas you don't really necessarily pull for for Scout in 2. It's a weird dynamic because she's so unlikable in that movie. And again, it's an interesting story and it's an interesting character, and it's actually a really good character arc. I just, at the end of the movie when she dies and everything, I really like it's a tragic story, but also don't really like care that she died because she's been such a asshole in this movie for the most part. So it's weird. It's weird. It's
yeah,
strange.
it really is.
It's
No,
a
I
better
agree
story, but yeah, I don't know.
No, dude, I agree with you. It is complex, but man, if there's anybody for that job of turning a complex character into someone you really just want to sink your teeth into in a clean way, it's definitely Rob Zombie. You want to trust him with that. And before I continue, Brandon the Beldam, I saw you in the chat, man. What's going on there, Brandon?
Hey, welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah. So Brad's got him got Rob Zombie's Lori in the Rapid and Red. I'm telling you, man, I just think what she does and how to me, this is my Laurie Strode because I relate to this type of Laurie more, and I can understand, and I love the direction they take her character from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, because again, it was just during the time that this Rob Zombie's movies come out. We have a bit just more of an understanding of like PTSD and all that, and just the severe side effects of what it can cause into an individual. And I think Scout Taylor Compton plays it off beautifully at Raw Zombies Halloween 2. And plus, Scout Taylor Compton to me is such an underrated actress. I wish she just quit doing these 2B movies and all that, and that a real studio gives her an actual opportunity to show what she can really do. So for me, again, I love this Laurie Strode. I prefer her way more than any of the other Lauries in this franchise. She's my Laurie, so for me, I'm putting her with Sleeping with Chalice.
Sleeping with the doctor.
So do we need to do a poll?
Let's do the poll. Yeah, let's do the poll.
Let's
see
do
what
a
people
poll.
say.
All right, let's see here. If you want to see if there's anything in the chat.
Yeah, mostly people talking about let's see. Aaron's talking about trauma. Byron actually would have flipped Lindsay Wallace and Tommy Doyle. I agree, actually. But this is how the people liked it. The people liked Tommy Doyle for Rabbit and Red. But I like Lindsay more than I like Tommy, mostly because of kills.
It's me too.
Let's see. And that's pretty much it. Scout is Sizzle, is what Zodiac said. Sebastian says Scout
now
is
Zodiac,
Rabbit
I thought you had my back, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
And yeah, Sebastian, yeah, Laurie in the reboot felt like a more realistic take. That's true. Again, I think it's a better written character. I think this is the most interesting character on here, but it's also just like, I don't know, there's just, because it's so far in that direction, I just can't really, I just don't like, and 2, I just don't pull for it. It's weird. Like I do, obviously, because you are following her story, but it's just like, I don't know. She does a lot of shit. But yeah, we'll get the poll up there and you guys can decide.
So, all right,
I like
man,
how mean she was to Annie, because I thought Annie was just trying to hang in there, man.
Dude, again, God, now I'm telling you, man, as soon as this whole Fry Fight watches and we do the tournament, the first movie I'm popping all up is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching those soon too, I think.
Oh yeah, that and Kills are actually the movies I'm going to watch immediately, like the following day after the tournament. But I'm not going to be watching Halloween Ends. It is because of one character. Now I'm just kidding. It's not because of that particular character. But since we're on Halloween Ends talk, I'll do it, Brad. I'll pick him. I pick Corey Cunningham for our next topic.
Damn, dude, I'll save him for last, man. But okay, cool.
I know, but hey, man, if it's a freaking Halloween stream, we gotta save Mikey last.
That's true.
So, and the cool version too. So, but Corey Cunningham, though, again, he is the. If there's something I have to say nice about Halloween Ends, it's the entirety of what Corey Cunningham is all about. I was invested. He was the only thing I found interested in him was his character and what he did throughout the entirety of Halloween Ends. Again, this is the problem I have though. This should be either an anthology movie, or this should have been like a focus on the second of David Gordon Green's trilogy. Like I felt like putting him in ends when the main focus should be the whole 45-year like rivalry between Michael and Laurie. Like, and you say it's Halloween Ends, it needed to focus on that story the most. I felt like the Corey Cunningham story was the main focus story, and I'm not the biggest fan of that because, like, again, 45 years, you have to end it the correct way, and I feel like they didn't. But I loved everything they did with Corey Cunningham. I don't really have a bad thought about his character. The only other bad thing I could say, just thinking about it, I'm not the biggest fan of killing them off, because if you could have kept him alive along with Allison, you could have progressed the franchise in the future. Like you have like a future script and set of movies for those two characters duking it out, kind of like how Michael and Laurie did. So with that point in mind, I'm saying the Rabbit in Red for Corey Cunningham.
Give me Sleeping with Chalice all day. This mofo needs to be up there all day, all night with this guy because, dude, like you said, he is the thing. He is the thing that makes Ends great. It's him. It's his story. I know it shouldn't be. That's not his fault. This is a David Gordon Green thing. They should have planned out their trilogy better, and they didn't. That's okay, but it doesn't make me love Ends any less, and he's the reason why. This is one of the most character-driven movies in the whole franchise, and he gets some of the best treatment you'll see in a Halloween movie from start to finish. When you go all the way back to 78, all the way up to 2022, when that movie came out, aside from, again, Laurie and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I don't know if you get any better development than you do here with Corey Cunningham. He's fantastic. I love it. I love seeing him slay people with the clown mask on, or scarecrow, I should say. Sorry.
Which I love that look of him doing that versus him wearing the Myers mask. I felt like that created his own unique feel.
But when he throws that Myers mask on too, I still love it, dude. He goes after that junkyard, dude. That's one of my favorite moments in the whole trilogy that they made. Good epic score. He's out there slaying fools. He doesn't give a fuck. He's burning. He's got torches and shit. Like he's doing it. And then you throw in that little love story with Allison, you could call it, and all that stuff, the way it plays out, the way they're hanging out in that radio tower and stuff, and he's doing all this funky shit there. I love it. So yeah, he's Sleeping with Chalice for me, man.
Brad, well, good news for you, my friend. I got a kind heart today, and everybody in the chat's been awesome. Again, I got a kind heart. I'll switch my opinion because I'll put him in Sleeping with Chalice because his character is the shining highlight. And if you can do that for Ends and make me even reconsider watching Ends again, it's going to be because of that character. So I'll give him that bump.
I think I will be watching Ends again soon, dude.
I know you and Fauci both. I swear to gosh.
I've seen it so many times. I don't even care. I'm always drawn to it. You know, it's got that. It sucks me in, man. I love it.
Suck it to me, baby. So, Brad, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. They're saying for Rob Zombie's Laurie Strode with 15 votes, 67% it belongs with Sleeping with Chalice.
Damn, Laurie. She's going up there. Okay.
Love it.
Cool.
And we'll put her beside Ronnie, though, because they're both from the same universe.
Yeah, I like that.
So, all right, man. There's only one character left, and that's Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, played by Tyler Mane, like for the big one. So what's your thoughts, man?
Dude, obviously he's going at the top for me too. Now he's a very different Michael Myers than you get in the rest of the movies. It's a different take. It's not even the same story anymore. This is a completely different story, and that's what I love so much about the remake that Rob Zombie did. Is he doesn't take 78 and redo it. He takes it and actually reimagines it. And you hear that a lot. Oh, it's not a remake, it's a reimagining. I think this is the only movie that's actually fucking done that. It took the source material and reimagined it and gave you a different spin to it that is not the same. It's not the same themes. It's not the same anything. It's just the same characters. And even that, they're not the same characters. This is case in point. They just have the same names and the same looks. So this guy is very different. Obviously, we get to see his childhood growing up in the first movie. He's kind of really the main character of the first movie for all intents and purposes. We don't meet Laurie until over halfway through the movie, which is another issue I have with Laurie. But we don't meet her character until over halfway in the movie, in the first Rob Zombie movie. But we see him the whole time. We see his character transform. We see him turn into the Michael Myers we love. So in a lot of ways, I liked that more just because he is an actual character and not just a shape. Of course, the shape is scarier because you don't know anything about it, at least earlier in the franchise. But seeing Michael as an actual character as opposed to just a villain, I think is a cool take. So he's going to the top 2.
You know what? And I absolutely agree. So that's why I'm going to put him right here as well. And just the only thing I'll just throw in because pretty much, dude, you're freaking spot on. I do love that version of Michael and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, especially in the freaking hospital scene. That's definitely one of the most brutal Michael Myers or any horror icon brutality I've ever seen in my like entirety of watching horror movies. And plus, if there's one character, like if I see him and I would be pissing myself, it'd be this Michael as well, the Rob Zombie version. And again, just what I love about this Michael, it's just the originality, like you've been saying, Brad, the originality and just kind of like the reimagining of the character, which that's something you have to do if you're going to remake or reboot a franchise. And so you were spot on with that. Like they kept the blueprints, but they Rob Zombie definitely made Michael Myers his own entity and his own separate character from the other Michael. So, and plus Tyler Mane does such a great job as well. And he's just freaking amazing. Put him in Sleeping with Chalice.
I love it. I fucking love it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, man. I love Hobo Myers too. I know a lot of people don't. I know we both do. I think it's awesome, and it's an interesting take on the character, and it's really the most realistic take on the character as well. So give it to me. Busta Rhymes, somebody mentioned it. Brooke, he's all down there by himself. He's having a sad time.
Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Busta. I tried to get Tina down there with you, man, but it's just you, my man.
Sorry, I can't do it. I've been growing on Tina for the last couple of years. So
listen,
that's the
if
only
we did
reason.
a ranking, Tina would be at the bottom if we ranked all these characters. For
me.
Oh,
I know. Like she'd easily be number 2.
She'd be number bottom for me, man.
Well, actually, you know what? Just looking at it, she might be number 3. No, actually, no. Honestly, she might be number 4.
Number 4. Wow.
Maybe like if we have to do it based off this tiers, like I would do Freddy right here, worst of the worst. Then I would do Sheriff Brackett right here. Then I would do Karen because she's the most disappointing character in the entire franchise. And then I would do Tina. That's the bottom 4.
Damn, man. Damn. Wow, that's crazy.
Because I'm not touching this hair right here. So no, just kidding. So, all right, guys, that is our freaking tearing it up with the most popular characters in the Halloween franchise. So, Brad, I'll take care of the bottom 3 rows if you want to take care of the top 2 rows. So, just to quickly like summarize what we did here, the worst of the worst of the GD Ratman belongs to Freddy from Halloween Resurrection. Stuck in the laundry chute is Sheriff Lee Brackett from Halloween 78, 81, and and Halloween Kills. We got Karen from the Devin Gordon trilogy, and we got Tina from Halloween 5. In the sizzle and not the steak, so that's right in the middle class. We got freaking Bud. We got Lindsay Wallace, the child version and the Kills version. Ronnie with a Y from Halloween H2O for water or Halloween water. We got Annie Brackett and Linda from Halloween 78. We got Julian. We got Dr. Sardine. Now I'm just kidding. Dr. Sartane. John Tate and Brady.
Dude, I like it, man. And moving on up, of course, we have Tommy Doyle. He's Rabbit in Red. We got freaking Joe Grizzly, bitch. He's up there as well as Sheriff Meeker, Connell Cochran, Allison. And then we got Annie Brackett from the remake. And then we got Dr. Loomis from the remake. And then Will Patton's character, Debbie Hawkins. And then obviously at the top, we got both versions of Michael Myers. Dr. Dan Chalice himself, Dr. Loomis himself, the other Lee Brackett. We're talking about the Brad Dourif version. We got Rachel, we got Jamie, we got Lori and Lori, we got Ronnie fucking White holding it together at the top, and we got his pal Corey Cunningham. So I love it. Overall, I think it's good. And again, we'll do more of these for each of the movies down the road. And these are the main. I know somebody mentioned like we didn't have Nurse Marion here. Again, she's a great character. She comes back.
She doesn't do much.
She's not. Yeah, she doesn't really stand out. These were the people that made the biggest impact. She's there, but she's not. There's really nothing about her. And we had to make this list short because there's just so many characters. So.
Oh yeah, like if you saw my original list, I had like what 80. Like
easy. You could make it. We thought about doing a 2-part show, But we're like, fuck it, let's just do the best we can do, and then we'll do more later, smaller ones. So
Hell yeah. And to, before we wrap everything up, I just saw Brendan the Beldum just gifted us one Good Real Hunting membership. So dude, what a way to spread kindness, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that, Brendan. So we need to play a clip, man. And dude, we already know the clip. Go ahead and play it. We've been playing it all night.
oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, it's a goddamn rat, man.
You know what? It's a GD gift for Good Real Hunting membership, man.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I fucking love it.
Yeah, so that's
Thanks,
so
dude.
awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for doing that. And that is going to go towards Mark. So Mark is our newest real hunter for the YouTube membership. And so I'll be sure to get you on that card for the next show.
Awesome, man. Really excited.
So, but
Thank you.
speaking of the next show, Brad, what is coming up on Good Real Hunting? It's almost time.
It's almost time, kids. Fright Fight 2023. It's the biggest freaking tournament we've done yet. This is going to be determining the best horror movie of all time. So we're going to need you guys there. Here's the bracket. Of course, you guys can see it. Pause it if you need to. Take a look. Watch all the movies you haven't seen before, because we're going to be talking about them next week. And it's going to be great. And we're going to need you guys to come here and show up and hit these polls up and figure us out a winner for this damn thing. And as you can see here, this is called the Lee Bracket this year.
It certainly is. And like in the comic section as well, on the pinned comment, is a link where you can fill out a bracket as well. The second way to fill out this bracket. And again, after you fill out your bracket, be sure to send it to us on our socials so we can get you down and put you in that wheel if your bracket does perfect enough in the Lee bracket.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, our other show we got coming up, or for what I do, a show with Destiny, is called Back from the Dead, where we celebrate the horror movie anniversaries. And this is our big October special. So we will have 40 plus movies to talk about. And if you're a fan of the Halloween franchise, which I know a lot of you tuned in tonight are Halloween fans, you'll definitely want to check out this stream, because this will be Halloween franchise heavy talked about, because there's 4 movies to talk about celebrating big anniversaries this year. So this will be on Sunday, October the 29th at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And we also got a contest for that, and I will post this contest next week. So be sure to go ahead and get your noggins of thinking about your favorite Halloween memory of all time, because all you have to do is, when I make that post, you reply your favorite Halloween memory, and you will automatically be entered for a chance at a $25 Amazon gift card. Even Brad can play.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, you better play, man. And also, to give y'all the exact date at this time for Fright Fight, bring this back up real quick. This is next Thursday, October the 26th at 8 o'clock Eastern time. If that changes, I will make sure to let you all know immediately. But that is our big plan right now, is for next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And guys, I'll let you know, we are definitely going to need your help once we get into the Sweet 16.
Yes, absolutely. And it's going to be tough, but we're going to get through it together, and we're going to come out with a winner.
Absolutely. So, Brad, I think we're good. Oh no, breaking news. Rest in peace, Burt Young, aka Paulie from
No, that's a rough one, man. Freaking legend, man.
So, how we're doing tonight, we're not going to say the final word. We're just going to do like a 5-second moment of silence, or a 10-second moment of silence for Burt Young.
Whoa. The 5's, it's already going to get awkward. Let's do 5.
Okay. Let's just do 5. We'll do a 5-second moment of silence, and we'll end the stream in the honor of Burt Young. So, guys, thank you so much for a fun stream tonight, and have a great night. And we'll see you next Thursday for Fright Fight 2023. So here's the 5 seconds moment of silence.